Okay, so Star and I came back down in here to try to do the distinctness of the boundaries. Come on. She really wants to sit on my lap for some reason. So I'm gonna say that for this top horizon, I'd say clear, 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 and clear. I'm gonna put clear for all the boundaries. And I'm gonna say that they're all smooth. I don't think anything's too wavy or anything crazy here. So I'm gonna say that they're all clear, smooth boundaries. For the last boundary, since we don't know where it ends, we'll just put a dash in the box. So clear, smooth for the boundary, and then away we go. So rock fragment percentages. Okay, so here's what's weird. The rock fragment percent isn't high, but as you can probably imagine how pleased I was to dig that giant boulder out of here, they're there, you know. So I would say putting a rock percent on that is difficult. I don't know, 1% maybe. They're just not real prevalent. So I would say I'm going to put that for the rock percent frags on the bottom two horizons, because in digging around here I never found it at the top two horizons. So I'm going to say rock frags on the top three. I'm going to put 0, and I put 1% on the bottom two, and I might just note that I had quartz and I had quartzite. I had those kind of clear colored pieces of, look like mostly quartz, and that big, obviously giant purple boulder that I'm so pleased about. Okay, so then the last thing I really need to do will be roots, pores, and consistence. So let's do consistence first. Okay, for the first horizon, consistence, I'm gonna call that friable. Second horizon, friable. Might just take a little piece, a little bit different spots, and something might have been a little high. Friable. Those top two are friable. Third one, dig back and get something fresh here. It's quite wet. I can see films of water on the faces of a lot of these beds, which is not uncommon for spring. I'm going to go ahead and put firm on that today. This is a piece that was slammed up against that rock. So, let's see, for the fourth horizon, probably go firm again. For the fifth horizon, probably go firm again. So they are quite plastic. They kind of just deform because they're so high in clay. So for consistency, like I said, friable, friable, and then we'll go firm, firm, firm on the lower three. So next I want to do roots and pores. So this is back to where we have to look at the right match the amount of soil that we look at to the chart in the field book. So if they're all very fine and fine pores and roots, then we want to use the 1 centimeter to do our counting in. So I'm going to say that most of these top two horizons are full of fine roots. So I'll say many fine roots throughout for the top two horizons. For the third horizon, I would say still in a centimeter range. I can probably count several there. So I'm going to go many fine roots throughout for the third horizon. For fourth horizon, there's still roots present and they're fine. So I probably say I see maybe 1 every centimeter or so. So I'll say common fine throughout. And then for the bottom horizon, I might say few fine throughout. And I said throughout on all of these because I don't really observe You know, sometimes you might see where they're plastered along ped faces, so you might want to say that they're on ped faces or vertical, you know, sides of peds or something. But in this case, I think that works pretty well. So pores, I'm going to say for the top two, many fine throughout. Okay, for pores, I like to get the field book back out and use that to make sure I'm looking at them properly and to determine, especially for pores, we need to do quantity, size, and shape. So I think the top two, I'm going to say many and fine, and then dendritic tubular. Those are for cylindrical, elongated, branching voids, such as empty root channels, and I think that describes these pretty well. For the third horizon, I still think I have many fine pores, but I think that they become more irregular, just various shapes, it says. So I will put that down. So MF, IG. And then in the fourth and fifth horizons, I would say I have common for both, fine, and I would say those are also irregular. So common, fine, irregular for the bottom two horizons. And that pretty well completes the things that I normally fill out on a description form. I think they're the most important items. The other things that we need to do are on the front page. So on the front page of this pen out description sheet, I've gone ahead and used my phone. I just used Google Maps and drop a pin to determine the latitude and longitude. So I've written those in on my sheet. I put in some information. It's 70 degrees out and sunny, so I put that down. I'll look up the section township range later. This is native grassland, although the land use is hayed here. It's been hayed for many, many years, but it's never been tilled. The parent material, because of those metamorphic rocks and the igneous rocks that I saw, this is glacial till. And that is what I expected when I dug this. I was just quite pleased to find a boulder, but the parent material is glacial till. This is a northeast aspect slope, faces to the northeast with about a 6% slope. The landscape's an upland, and those are the main things I can think of for pointing out for you on this particular soil pit in my backyard.